So today we will have, you're going to write a formative for me today. Yeah, formative about central ideas. So before I send you back to your desks to read today, we'll talk about how to plan for that. Okay, so last week in the discussions, I heard a lot of you talking about different parts of your book, kind of in isolation. But what we need to work on and work to do is talk about our books and connect different things, like different events, different ideas, different people. We need to try to connect them to the central ideas that we've identified. So I got this picture up here. This is a mangrove forest. Have you seen these before? Right, so I want you to think of the roots here as like details in your book, right? So like if you look over here, at first glance it seems like it may not be connected to what's over here, but in reality it is, right? It's one big system that relies on the whole thing to grow and survive. So that's what we're going to talk about today. We're going to look at some details in the book that at first might seem insignificant, but then when we really think about it, we find connections to other parts of the book in the central idea. Okay? So our goal today is to connect ideas, events, and people to central ideas, even if they don't seem that way at first. Okay? So last night, I was reading a part of Fast Food Nation, and I read the part, and I thought, why is this here? Like, what seems insignificant at the moment? But then I thought more about it, and I was able to make some connections. So I want to share what I read with you. Let me find it here. Okay. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to read, and I'm going to go through the process of making connections to central ideas. Every month, about 90% of American children between the ages of 3 and 9 visit a McDonald's restaurant. The seesaws, slides, and pits full of plastic balls have proven to be an effective lure. But when it gets down to brass tacks, as a Brand Week article on Fast Food notes, the key to attracting kids is toys, toys, toys. The fast food industry has forged promotional links with the nation's leading toy manufacturers, giving away simple toys with children's meals and selling more elaborate ones at a discount. The major toy crazes of recent years, including Pokemon cards, Cabbage Patch Kids, and Tamagotchis, have been abetted by fast food promotions. A successful promotion easily doubles or triples the weekly sales volume of children's meals, the Happy Meals. The chains often distribute numerous versions of a toy, encouraging repeat visits by small children and adult collectors who hope to obtain complete sets. In 1999, McDonald's distributed 80 different types of Furby, according to a publication. And now some fast food giveaways are worth hundreds of dollars. And so some of these collectibles are worth lots of money now. Okay, so I read that and I'm thinking, okay, now, were toys mentioned before in the book? And I said, no, they weren't mentioned before. Were kids mentioned before? I thought, yeah, they were. When were kids mentioned before?
Like a soda that they...
Before the soda part. the original plan for McDonald's when they closed and then they reopened with a new model? What were they tired of? Teenagers. Right? So now I'm thinking, they wanted to get rid of the teenagers, breaking all their stuff, causing a commotion. So now they're targeting children. And they're getting children in by having these big playgrounds outside and then having these toys that you get for free with a Happy Meal. Right? Do you have Happy Meal toys at home? I bet in the bottom of your closet or in the bottom of a toy bin, you could find a Happy Meal toy. Do you know what I do every time I find a Happy Meal toy at home? Throw it in the trash. Do you know why? Because they're junk. They're garbage. Right? But they lure kids in. So now I'm thinking back to my central idea that fast food companies take advantage of people to make a profit, whether it's kids or low-income workers. And I'm thinking, here, you know what? This is kind of sneaky. They got this big playground and these toys just so they can sell more to kids because they know kids are their number one customer, right? They develop a taste for McDonald's and they stay with it, right? So what I just did there, I read this new piece, and at first it didn't make sense because I hadn't read about toys before. But then when I think a little deeper, I say, okay, so they want kids in the store, and this is how they get them. They lure them in. You see how that worked? You ready to try it? So I'm going to put a reading up here on the screen, and you're going to read it, and your job will be to do the same thing. Okay? Some of it will be familiar to you. Okay? But your job will be to connect what I just read to you and what you know about this book from before and the new text on the screen. Okay? I want to see you make the connection. Right? So we have this and this. Your job will be to connect, to find how those roots connect, like the forest. So while I get this up here, turn and tell your partner what you're going to do. Stella, what are you going to do? Huh? Right, you're going to connect ideas. So there's some new stuff here. Your job will be to talk about how it connects to the rest of the book that we know already. Okay, can everyone see? You okay? Tommy, can you see from there? Do you want to come closer? You okay? Daniel, you good? All right, so take a moment. Just read that. You can write down something that sticks out to you. Can you see? It's you? So as you finish, when you turn and talk, ask each other how this connects to the short passage I read about playgrounds and toys. Bless you. Have you finished? Did you finish reading, Sam? Huh? Okay. So I think everyone's done reading, right? Take a moment to think or jot down some notes. And then I want you to start with the person next to you, okay? Turn and talk and ask them how this connects to the short section on toys and playgrounds. Kate and Tiffany, if you're ready, you can start talking now. All right, I see. I'm looking at what you're writing, and it seems like a lot of you are rethinking this central idea. Okay, kind of adding to it, revising to it, or revising it. So now I want you to start talking now. Okay, tell each other what you're thinking, what sticks out here, how does it connect to what we just read about playgrounds and toys. So, talk. Remember, maybe, or perhaps, Tommy, who's in your book club? Tommy, come down here.
And also, the soda is for a sandwich, hamburger, things like that. For drinks, then they take kids for like sweet things. There's sugar inside the soda. They add more sugar with less cost, but for McDonald's they have more profit for the company, so that's worthy for McDonald's.
Okay. So would anyone like to share what they heard or what they said to their partner? How does this connect to the section I read in the beginning of today's lesson? Daniel?
Toys and playgrounds is like when we buy McDonald's foods, then we can get toys and plays and play at the playground, so that attracts the kids to buy food and then get some toys or play at the playground. And for soda, it's that soda is good for drinks, for a sandwich, hamburger, or things like that for kids. So they add more sugar inside the soda and make more profits for more money and attract kids, so that makes them more worthy to get more money.
So the thing that connects these two parts of the book is profit, right? Kate, you remember our central idea, we say that they take advantage of people to make profit, right? And then we say that profit, one of the big contributors to their profit, or the item that has the biggest profit margin is soda. Right, so we got make profit, we got soda, and then one of the ways that they boost their profit, right, it's not just the items, but it's how they market to children. And some of the ways are a big playground outside. So when you ride by, you say, "Oh, Mom, I want to go there. Look at that big slide. I want to go in the ball pit." And then when you get in there, with your meal, you get a toy. Right? A garbage toy. Right? A lot of them don't even move. It's like a piece of molded plastic. But kids love it. They want, "Oh, I want this one. I want this." "Mom, next week, I want this one." So then after that, I can have all 5. Right? So we see how we have the marketing aimed at children, and then the soda, and what it all connects to is making a profit. Okay, so what we did today is looked at some different parts of the book that might at first seem like they're not connected. Right, like with the toys at first. But then as we study it a bit more and think about it, we see that they are connected. Right, and that helps us, that strengthens our claims about the central idea. Right, so when you write today, one of the things that I'll be looking for is that when you make a claim about the central idea, you can support it with a variety of pieces of evidence from different parts of the text. Right? So that's what we're practicing. As you read today, think about that. When I come around in conference with you, I'll be asking about the central idea and how do you know this is a central idea? How does the author show you? And then in today's, in the formative today, there's a short reading, just a couple, it's less than a paragraph, right? It's like 2 short paragraphs, maybe 5 or 7 sentences total. But that's what you'll be doing. You'll be writing about the central idea and how you know it's a central idea. Okay. So, please, unless you need a book, unless you need a new book for tonight, head back to your seat and start reading.